Welcome back to the, sorry, hi again, just in case. I was saying that welcome back to these follow-up sessions to prepare the courses for your houses. I'm Laura. I'm going to be your host today. And I'm happy to have you, all of you here today. We're going to have today 3 presenters. They are going to represent their houses. But before going to these presenters, we are going to present our panelists, the ones who are going to give feedback to the presenters. And the first one is Alejandra Jasso. She's an ACI staff member. Hi, Ale. One of the first one, if not the first one, I think probably 7 or 8 years already in ACI 5 houses. So a long, long time. She's a major event producer. She's taking care of the volunteers and so many things more. So thank you, Ali, for being here. And the second place we have Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza was a panelist as well in the last session that we have. He's an ACIM student, if I'm not wrong. She collaborates with ACI 5 Houses and DCI. He's doing a lot as well. Thank you for being here, Brian. I'm not seeing you, but probably you're here. Yes. And in the third place, but not the last, the last but not least, we have Venerable Sunam. She's the director from Diamond Mountain. She's a really, really experienced practitioner. And she has taught as well several courses for ACI 5 houses. So welcome, 3 of you. Thank you. And now we are going to present our first presenter. She's from Romania, I think you are. If I'm okay, I'm not sure to pronounce your surname, Alina, but I know that it's probably Avram. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, good. Okay, Alina.
It doesn't matter how you pronounce it.
It's okay. You were here the last
Yes.
the last session, and now we are going to. I think you're going to incorporate the feedback you received then, and
yes,
just share with us your new condensed ideas. So thank
I
you.
incorporated. Thank you. Yes,
Yes.
incorporated the feedback I received from the panelist last presentation, and I reshaped a little bit the proposal for the presentation on the staircase house. So basically, I stick with the topic and try to accommodate what were the feedbacks. I don't know if I managed, but I tried. Okay. Thank you for the
Please.
opportunity to do this.
Of course, please start.
Okay, so the topic is still the same, practical steps for a happy life. You can go further. Okay, so the audience, I brought it up only to cover the people that have very challenging lives with a lot of stress and busy people. So basically, I focus only on busy people. And I listed here the type of busy people. People working in highly demanding professions with significant workload and responsibilities, individuals in high pressure, long hours and highly competitive fields, professionals engaged in project-based work with strict deadlines, academic and educational professionals, service and retail workers, people who travel frequently are often on the move, busy parents, especially working moms. So I'm focused on the people that don't have too much time to go deeper in any practice and have a lot of work and responsibility on their shoulders and a lot of work to do each day. Okay.
Okay, of course. Go ahead, please.
Yes. You can go on the next slide. Yes, the course overview. So the course offers a step-by-step journey towards creating a happy and fulfilling life. And how is doing this is with easy to understand training materials and workshops for students, and also get access to open Asian wisdom and teachings adapted to modern day challenges. Open Dharma teachings of Geshe Michael Roach and team available for free or based on donation on various online sources. Creating recipes for applying karmic seeds with different life challenges by using Peach Tree Morning Shows series available for free on DCI Global YouTube channel. Offering guidance from ACI trainers who are also experienced DCI instructors, and being part of a supportive community of practice. And the purpose is to help students move from busy, demanding lives and restless minds to a state of calm, clarity, focus, and on an overall improved quality of life. This is achieved through the progressive implementation of a Dharma practice tailored to each person's individual needs. Yes. You can, yes. So the course outcomes, learn basic concepts, tools, and techniques to get clarity and improve one's life. Implement basic habits for improving one's life. For example, implement a daily ethical practice, the notebook. Implement a daily meditation practice. For example, analytics, coffee meditation, tone length. Get more clarity on one's value on life's priorities. Implement a Dharma practice to suit personal needs and challenges and to achieve one's objectives, and connect with similar-minded people having similar challenges. And I will go more deeply in what is covered for each of topic in the following slides. Yes, the sources. So I collected, one of the feedback is not to use DCI material, so I changed the sources with the material that is free and accessible based on donation. And I included here some materials from Lam Rim retreats that are covering um, gratitude, self-appreciation, clarity in life, increased life forces, support practices, and so on. So are basically focused on what I want to achieve with this course program. Also, the Devil Debates and Angel course series, because it's talking about how the mind is working and how you learn details about handling this. Access to Peachtree Morning Show series available for free on internet, because they have a lot of recipes for handling different challenges of life. And additional sources like some books, basically for karmic correlations mostly, karmic management, diamond cutter, karma of love, and all kinds of karma, because they have a lot of information for creating recipes for managing different situation from karmic perspective, let's say. Next. Next. Yes, and also some specific ACI classes, because I want to extract some specific concepts and idea that I want to put in the class, and they are very well described in ACI. So I choose some ACI's courses with some specific topics I want to go to do the training materials from these ACIs to extract the relevant information for the training materials. So I want to talk about renunciation, compassion, and correct view, about meditation from ACI 3, some information related to compassion, basically, uh, some details related to the 6 perfections, because they will help us define the relevant practice for each student, the relevant Dharma practice. Some details about how karma works, the precepts from ACI 7, 9, and because they are talking about ethical lives, and the core, 7 is the vows, but I will extract only the topics that are related to the 10 good deeds, the not the not from the perspective of the vows, but from the perspective of the 10 good deeds for the precept, the moral precepts, and ACA 14 for helping me with the correlations for karmic management. So basically, I will connect with these teachings and with these materials, and I will prepare some specific materials using this that are adapted for the students. Yes. So the format, I extended the format to 6 months because it's a lot of work, and the practice takes a lot to be managed by someone, and to have a stable practice in their life. So I extended from 3 months to 6 months. So I will cover study program and a practice program in this, with weekly teaching workshops and weekly working groups, because I want to have also a collaborative conversation and debates on different concepts, practices, and so on. Personal mentorship sessions, I keep it as before, because I want the trainers that are part of the team, of the training team, to have some personal sessions, which is student, and to discuss about their priorities and their urgent needs, and to be able to define a practice that is suitable for their specific needs and urgency, which is starting from the basic practice of ethics and meditation. Let's say these are, from our perspective, the basic practice. Then plus, I don't know, things that are specific to each student. Then community of practice. This is a group of practice. Possibility to have the karmic partnership, so to have a study body and a practice body, in the students with students. Accessible online resources and recommended books. Study materials, we will prepare some worksheets, some things like that for students to work on them. Monthly Dharma coffee meetups to discuss, to see each other in person if we are in the same city. And Dharma in actions, I will tell you more details on the next slide. It's actually the opportunity to get involved in different collaborations and collaborations with some NGOs for doing good deeds and planting good seeds, let's say. So it has these opportunities, not mandatory, but it's part of the facilities for the students. So to get a little bit more deeply, the weekly teachings would cover 24 weeks of 1.5 hour of qualified ACI trainers. Then the working group will basically focus on concepts, debates, and conversation on different topics. So it will be more a collaborative conversation. The personal mentorship, as I said, addressing urgent needs and priorities, defining a list of Dharma practices to be implemented in 6 months. The community practice, it's a group of practice on Telegram and WhatsApp, and we will ask the students to put there if they could did good deed, or how if they did their meditation, or what is relevant from their practice. We'll do a partnership study and practice body. So we'll give them the opportunity to choose a body, or we will do a random shuffling approach to pair the students to work together. As a resources, we will have this collective of karmic correlations and receipts for handling different challenges available. The online resources, recommended books, study materials. I added here Dharma coffee meetups with monthly meetups in person on Saturday morning for a friendly chat. And the Dharma in Action is this opportunity for students to join in order to practice and do good deeds. So it's just an optional facility. And I said this also as an optional facility, available programs, study programs for going deeper after the end of this program, let's say. And also after the end of the program, available monthly subscription to study and practice community if they want to keep in touch and continue with this. So practically the program is an opportunity to join a community of study and practice for a long run.
That's it, Lena?
Yes,
Wow,
thank you.
what an extensive presentation. Very extensive. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's give the word to Sunam. Sunam, let's pass to our panelists. Sunam, could you please share your feedback to Alina?
Yeah, happy to
Thank you.
start. Thank you, Alina, for a very you covered the overview, like the goals and the outcome and the target audience, and you also covered how you want to achieve it. So I think your presentation really covered both aspects, the goal, the vision, and also the details. And especially because I'm a, doer, I really love.
Yes, I'm a doer also.
I really love that you focused so much that the student has a lot of contact to the teacher, to each other, that they're not sitting at home and studying, that there is a lot of contact there. You
Yes.
mentioned lots of courses which you want to use as basis. And I think that really sounds like a super promising program, and you had thought already so much about it. The only viewpoint I would like to, maybe you want to check everything you presented. LAMRIM is a step-by-step process. So you start with step 0, then you go to step 1, and this is, oh, sorry, translators. And you can access the LAMRIM outline, and I would recommend check the outline against all the content and vision you have, and maybe align it with the outline, because that's the
Yes.
staircase. Bring them step by
Yes.
step,
Yes.
topic by topic, and that might help you also to prioritize with which topic to start. Thank you.
Yes, actually,
Very, very
this
beautiful,
this
very detailed.
step-by-step approach is also my intention, but I'm not sure if I managed to structure it in the right way. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's continue with Brian, please. If you can share your feedback with Alina.
Alina, thank you so much. There's a big improvement between the presentation that we see the last time and this time. And that just tells us how much thought you are putting into the presentation. Um, there's always things to improve, right? That's what makes us human. And there's always things to be happy about. In this case, I want to say a little bit more about the things to be happy about. And it's like Venerable Sunam just said, you have huge amount of content. What I would do is I wouldn't create one program. I would create more than one program. And then you have it figured out, right? Because you will be using exactly the same amazing work that you just did, but you will be creating different staircase, right? Different steps for your audience to stay with you for the longer time and not only 6 months. So I think that for me, that's what I would have done. And you mentioned yourself that not talking about DCI content, which I agree,
Yes.
but at the same time, you commented about the peach tree.
Yes,
Morning.
because they are free.
Yeah. Of
Available on
course.
free. I thought if I should include it or not. I really thought about this.
Yeah, and it's a great content, I have to say. The only thing is like sometimes we gotta understand that we have to put different caps, right?
Yes.
And it's like when you are in the, I don't know, in the Abhidharma, you don't teach emptiness the same way that Madhyamika does.
Yes.
So you have to really be acknowledging what kind of audience you're talking to, which brings me to your target. It's much more specific, and that's great. And because you have a lot of content, then you can also at the same time create different branches to speak to the different audiences that you have, amazing, right? Because you wouldn't talk the same way to a doctor than to a military. That would be the language and the way that you express yourself to them, it's different. But I think your presentation has improved a lot. I think you have something there, and you should really keep digging into how to create that big bomb that you have into different ways to deliver more and more content to your audience. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
That was a really good feedback. I don't know, Ali, if you can share now with Alina your feedback.
Yes,
That
thank
okay?
you.
Thank you.
Alina, thank you so much. I love the way that you improved from the first presentation. And I do agree with Brian and with Venerable Sunam and what do they say. But I want to put my sauce in Brian's comment. When you mentioned the sources of your courses, and I saw the Peachtree Morning Show, I just love it, because what Five Houses is trying to do is to grab different sources and make them accessible for different audiences that there doesn't have any hat yet. So if the sources are open and free online, I love that you discovered them. And that's how we're supposed to be doing it. Like, grab the material that is available, find your target audience, find your language, and then develop a course. So I just love the way that you find those sources, because Geshe Michael has been
Yes.
sharing those amazing teachers in different projects and different programs. So I just want to say that I believe that the purpose of the Five Houses is to create a new hat using the sources available online. Also, something
Thank
that
you.
I want to say is that I agree with Brian. You have the potential to create like a whole series of courses, not only one, especially because your target audience you mentioned that is for busy people. And
Yes.
when I start to see all those activities, and I just like, if an
Oh my
executive
God.
if an executive director of a company like needs to commit it like to all of this, they might not be uh, joining at the first time. So maybe create different courses with different activities to be still doers and put it in practice, but not the whole extravaganza of offerings. And I just love it. How do you, I just didn't need my red notes, sorry. And I just love that you have so much content that you can create a lot of series. And I just want to say thank you for coming back, because
Thank you.
the Five Houses is exactly that, like people like you who is ready to develop courses for all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. Okay, let's present our next, just a little redundant, but let's present our next presenter. She's Maria Sihova. Again, Maria, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing right your surname. Yes, here you are.
Absolutely
Yeah.
correctly.
Okay.
Hi.
I wasn't sure if in which house you were representing, being honest. I was saying, no, it's not a staircase anymore. Of course, maybe she's a meditator. Maybe no.
It's actually staircase house
A
as well,
staircase as
but
well.
with a
Okay,
deep
okay.
love to the meditation samadhi house.
Okay. So please share what you have. We are really, really happy to hear you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Laura. Hello, everyone. Um, okay, so we're a couple of months ago with other members of the staircase house and the attendees of the Five Houses retreats. We created the volunteer organization called Five Elements. that provides meditation, yoga classes, as well as worldview classes for the audience that we will be targeting with this program. So we gave it the name, I gave it a name, Word in Action, which also reflects the main idea of the staircase house, that we go step by step and we practice what we learn. Can I ask for the next slide, please? So our audience is Ukrainians, and specifically active military personnel on leave, veterans, and immediate family members of the military servicemen. We're targeting this audience because for Ukraine and nowadays, it's basically the main driving force for the whole population. So with this basically project, we aim to help to transform the whole nation and basically create the ripple effect. So we'll be engaging these people through the current charitable project 5 Elements, which already established on Instagram, Telegram, has connections with other programs that are helping veterans and their families and soldiers as well as we are in contact with Ukrainian influencers, bloggers who are also part of our Sangha. Yeah. And I apologize, I forgot to mention that we also provide the free English learning classes that are conducted based on reading Geshe Michael's books. Next slide, please. So the challenges and what we want to cover with our project is that this particular category meets the challenges of lack of purpose, lack of community, absolute loss due to lots of changements in life, and particularly hard, difficult, and challenging experience, revelation of values and meaning, existential crisis, spiritual seeking, absolute change of environment with a lot of free time, and previous interests are gone or have become irrelevant. And obviously, challenges are not limited to this. And I would like also add the factor that nowadays we have a lot of psychological help open to our category, but there is a huge need for spiritual and existential help. But as well, we acknowledge that there is a challenge such as resistance and a lot of prejudice towards any kind of spiritual or especially even maybe Buddhist teachings. That's why we want to focus our project on combining with the practical doing, such as translation. Next slide, please. So what we will be doing, we will be going deeper into translating from English into Ukrainian, the text, the material, The Wheel of Knives. We chose this particular text because it was recommended by Geshe Michael to start with a new audience using this text. And I believe that there is also a very high demand for this audience because with their experiencing, they're living meditation on death and they're living the renunciation, which is not easy, but at the same time, it opens enormously them to go deeper into studies of how to create the loving heart. Next slide, please. So what is the course? The format is, we were really inspired by the mixed nuts format. So the idea is basically to create the group of translators who are the participants, who are soldiers, veterans, and the immediate family members, and they want to study English. And we will be doing 4 translators for each text, translating the text from English into Ukrainian, our source is the teachings given by Geshe Michael in 1998 from the Knowledge Base platform. It will be followed by weekly meetings where the translators present their translation, guided by the teacher, both with the refinement of the translation and going deeper into understanding of the teachings. Additionally, we would have weekly sessions to discuss the meaning, relevance, and practical application of the material. And here I would also like to add that there were a lot of psychological studies conducted, and the project also meets the results of these studies, as well as our personal experience working with this category, that they seek going deeper and they want to be actually busy with doing what they're learning. So we believe this format of actually having homeworks, having something to do, and learning, not only just listening new ideas, but basically being provoked to do it with the translation and then with the study groups, it's something that will really help them. And the next slide, please. Okay, so the outcomes, planted seeds, which is the most important, translated scriptures texts into Ukrainian. So after we finish the Wheels of Knives, we would be open to text, another text which is already translated into English, but is not yet translated into Ukrainian. They're learning English, which basically creates the bridge for the international Sangha. And basically, we're also preparing them with giving the vocabulary to be able to study from the first source, trustworthy community, preventive measures for the well-being of a trauma-exposed group, expanding the English-Ukrainian vocabulary for Dharma translations. Basically, we'll be open to share it with those who translate ACI courses, etc. And start the ripple effect within the very close family like groups such as the military community. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to your feedback.
Thank you, Maria. I love the last one, start the ripple effect. I think it's genius. Okay. Let's start with the feedback. Maybe Sunam, could you share your feedback with Maria?
Thank you so much, Maria. It's really touching my heart what you are doing. And the immediate thought which came up in my mind, why limit it to a nationality? I think if you open it up to different nationalities, that would be super cool. Because maybe that's the learning they had. In general, I do not really see the connection to the staircase house. I love the program. I think it's incredible what you are doing there. As said, it's touching my heart, but I don't see the direct connection to the staircase house. I think it might be beautiful, as you said, to get people in, but I'm missing a little bit the outlook, how you then funnel them into the staircase house.
I'm not sure if I have time to respond.
No, it wasn't my thoughts. Yeah, I think you have sometimes not that much because we're time. I mean, we're shorter of time. Yeah, but just
thank you so much about the nationality. It also about the ripple effect. It's limited now. It's basically the first step. The program is like, now we're gonna do it with the Ukrainian language, and then we will be happy to basically just give this format to other nationalities and maybe also extending to different audiences, such as just people who experience different traumas. And I thank you so much also about the staircase house. This is the first step. Also meeting the prejudices that can appear within the certain nationality that is not really familiar with the Asian approaches, Asian spirituality. So this is the step when we get acquainted, and then they already know the language a bit, the vocabulary, and then they're brought into also creating meditation retreats with the YSI and 5 houses and bringing them into deeper studies.
Maria, we are going to have to continue without
Sure. Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
have very, very short time for its feedback. So please, Ale or
Thank
Brian,
you.
whichever is prepared first.
Thank you,
Whoever is
Maria.
prepared.
Yeah, to me, when I saw the niche that you are handling, it was like, yes, perfect. It's a very specific niche. You have it very clear. You have very clear what are the needs of these people. And that's very, very, very good, because then you know specifically how to talk to them. And at the same time, I agree with Venerable Sunam. This could help more people. But as you mentioned, this is a stage. Once you become successful attending this particular market, you have something proven that can be expanded to other markets. Call it other languages, call it a different kind of group of people, and then you will have a reputation that will help you get other markets. I agree with Venerable Sunam on the fact that the relationship between what you are doing and the staircase house is not very clear. And I was very excited to hear what you're doing, which is amazing. But then I got a little bit lost on how is this really focused on attacking the specific problems of this market, especially in hand with the staircase house, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think you are doing a great job, and I really admire the way that you are handling this situation for these people. And I just hope that everyone is happier. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Let's go to Ale, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria, for your presentation. It was really interesting to see how students from ACI 5 houses learn the wisdom and find the ways to not only transform their lives, but also find the ways to transform and help others people's lives. So I really rejoice in your project. And I was thinking that maybe it is not only for staircase house. When you were presenting your idea, I went underneath the organizations because you mentioned several, like your sources were like big mixed nuts and the wheel of knives, and I was just like, there is so many students inside our organizations that they are in suffering, not in this deep suffering like military, but your audience, but there's so many others that they are already suffering and they're in our organization. And I think your project will be very beneficial and it could be a door for all of them that they are lost and they don't know exactly what to do or how they can connect or how they can go deeper or how they can just be in practice. So put in practice. So I encourage you to accelerate your pace to test. and offered in other languages. Sometimes the projects doesn't need to be too big in order to be expanded. If the wish and the motivation is to help everyone who is in suffering, I think you have a treasure that can be ripple before it gets into a success, because it can beneficial a lot. Thank you so much for your presentation. I really love it, and I rejoice in all the volunteers who are supporting Word in Action 5 Elements.
Ah, wow, that was a very touching. I mean, really two great presentations. Thank you so much, Maria. And let's go to our third presenter, because we have to take care of the time. And the next one is Sarah Blackburn herself. So, Sarah, thank you for being you, the one who is presenting a course. I'm really, really eager to hear you, what you have to say. Please let us know what you have thought.
All right. Thanks so much, Lara. And it was so sweet to hear all of your presentations. And I'm so impressed. I got nervous as I was watching how well you all were doing. But I wanted to present today because I have been part of the Five Houses for not very long. ACI and Five Houses invited me to be a part of what they're doing like 6 or 7 months ago. And I've been so inspired by the presentations and the courses that I wanted to also try it out myself. So I have a course for the Classics House that covers a topic that feels like many people are asking about. So the course is about finding and keeping your spiritual guide. And again, I think it speaks to Classics House because it's such a foundational idea in the teachings and in what we study. So the audience would be students who have been practicing spirituality or have been on their path for at least a couple years. I think that this topic, it means more and people are more attracted to it after they've heard about it a few times. A lot of people, when they first hear about it as new beginners, they might not be ready to dive right in. So I want to offer it to people who have been around for a while, all the way up to practitioners who may have been studying for years and years, like a decade or more, because the practice with a spiritual teacher is ongoing. And so it's one thing to find the spiritual guide, but then it's another to keep them around. So that's who the course is going to be for. Marina, can we go to the next slide, please? Awesome. So what is the course? I would like to do an online course that's 4 weeks with just one class a week. That's an hour and a half long class so that it's accessible and consistent, but I don't want it to overload people. I want them to have time to cook the ideas. And it's important to me to have breakout rooms during the session, because I think people learn through talking with each other and trying to help each other out. And I want people to connect about the topic because it's something that I have found you need community for. When we have a practice with a spiritual guide and with a teacher, there's ups and downs, and it's one of the only topics that's really uncomfortable to go to your spiritual teacher and say, I'm having a hard time with my spiritual teacher. So it's really nice to have community and other people who can support with this particular practice. Then my hope for the people who take this course is that at the end of it, they understand why having a teacher is so important. I want them to also plant the seeds to either find that spiritual guide or to keep their spiritual guide. And again, that's part of the reason why breakout rooms, I didn't put it on the slide, but also like a WhatsApp thread or a Telegram chat so they can talk to each other in between the sessions. I want them to plant seeds with each other and help each other out. So that's another outcome. And then also, I did put it on the slide. Yeah. So they plant seeds together, and at the end of the course, they feel like they have their friends that they can talk to about teachers and the path and guides. Okay, and next slide, Marina. Thank you. Here's a deeper look into what the actual content is. So, on the first class, we will really focus on the why. Why do you need a teacher? Why it really accelerates how quickly we advance in our path. So that would be the first class, like driving home the need for a teacher. Then class 2 is once you understand why, then you spend time working on that relationship. So what role does the teacher play and what role does the student play? How do they interact? So class 2, it's sort of like the how, and it moves into class 3, setting them up for the actual work of the practice, which involves planting seeds and a way of relating and a way of engaging with the person who is showing you how to be happy, because it's a little bit different than what we might normally do with a friend or a boss at our job that we look up to. And then there are some other things that are similar. So class 3 will highlight that actual work of the practice. And then in the final class, we'll just drive home planting the seeds and creating a 4-step plan. I didn't add it here, but questions and answers will also be a big part of the course. I know I'm out of time, so I'm going to stop talking, but ta-da, there it is.
Ta-da! Okay, Sarah, thank you so much. Let's go for the panelists for the feedback. Ale, do you want to start?
Maybe Venerable Sunam, please.
Venerable Sunam, sorry.
And I thought, yeah, Ali starts. Thank you, Sarah. Before I give my feedback, can I ask you what's the basis course which you built that on?
Oh, I didn't put the sources. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I just want to know what the source is. Yeah.
It's drawing from Geshe Michael's class that he taught in, I believe it was in Phoenix. And I would use like the source of all my good. I didn't put in specific
Okay.
sources.
Was just interested. Thank you so much, Sarah. It's a ready to go course. You can start tomorrow. And when it comes to your target audience, you mentioned, yes, it's people who practice already or who have already mentors. So I would like to give you the idea, could we do it for newbies and call it mentor, how you find a mentor? And to be honest, for me, it's a staircase house course because finding a teacher and how to connect with them is so clearly one of the steps on the staircase.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonam. Brian?
I agree with Venerable Sunam. This is a perfect staircase course. But I'm a classics house guy, so let's keep it in classics house. Honestly, Sarah, when I saw even the market, I was like, oh, this is it. This is a great course because it's true. We can do it for newbies, but I know a lot of all-time students that don't know the importance of having a teacher. And it's something so crucial that we all need. And something that I would say to improve would be, I would include the fact that we also need a community. We also need a group. And you are already including that in your course. So what I would just do is just add in the title, your Lama and Sangha, or your teacher and group. Because honestly, for me, and I keep telling these people, if you don't have a strong community, if you don't have a community that follows you when your teacher is not there, then you will feel lost many, many times. And that community is the one that brings you up when you feel like crap. So I think the course is perfect. I would buy it. And if you ever do it, invite me to teach because I would love to teach that topic. There was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, the sources. I was also expecting the sources. I think a good source could be Geshe Michael gives a beautiful presentation on the importance of the teacher in ACI 10 in the first round of audios. And also when he teaches the series in the knowledge base of Leaving the Lamb Rim, he gives a beautiful explanation of the way that Ken Rinpoche lives his life, and I think that would be a great source for these materials too. Um, yeah, I think I already said it all. I should have plenty teacher. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, well, one point that I would add in that course, that one last thing that I think probably you already have in mind, is like guide the students to understand that we shouldn't pick the llama because of the weird connections that our brain makes as, oh, this is my llama because he's attractive or she's attractive, but rather based on the top 10 qualities of a good llama. So great, great course. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you,
Over to you,
Brian.
Ale.
You did it. Go, Ale, please.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Sarah. I love the topic, and I love how Five Houses is open door for everybody, and you are putting the example that everybody can create a course and everybody should create a course for Five Houses. I hope I don't have to create a course next week. Just kidding. I will be happy to do it. About the topic, I agree with Venerable Sunam. When I read in the slide, the spiritual guide, to me it was like now that I am immersed in this world, it's okay for me. But for my husband or people who is not involved in that, it's like, what? A little bit uncomfortable. So if this is gonna be for five houses presentation, maybe call it in a more accessible way for this world that can impact more people and open more doors, and or having both in different times. I love the way that it's short and it's not too long and directly to the point. I just missed the dates when the course is gonna be, so we can start producing it. And then Brian said the sources as well. I think it's great. Something that you mentioned is the breakup groups, and you just gave me an idea that something that is happening currently in ACI and five houses is that we limited the offerings because we have simultaneous interpretation. So I was just thinking to make it bigger, this course, and create it by language and invite different teachers to create it in their own language. So the community can be stronger and the interactions can be more organically and not through interpreters. So they can be part of the community as well, the interpreters during the classes. But I think it's a great idea. Thank you so much for present the course. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Ale, Sara. We are run out of time, but I know you have some updates to do. So please. And thank you for your presentation. Beautiful course.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks everybody for the feedback. And yeah, it was so fun to present. And now I'm gonna put on the next hat in the last 2 minutes just to first of all, thank you for being part of the Five Houses community. And what we are creating is really, really having an impact on people's lives. Since we started doing these courses, we have now received your requests for doing classes. And that tells me that you see how you can help others just by being invited to think about creating courses. So thank you all for being here. Thanks to the panelists for your excellent feedback. And then I just wanted to quickly invite you to our upcoming event, which is in Kyoto. So Marina, if we could get the slide with a QR code so you can sign up to join us online. We're about a week away, so if you find the flight and want to come in person, we would love to have you. But we also want to invite you to join us for the program online, where Geshe will continue sharing his teasers for the Diamond Way practices, along with the Angel Debates the Devil classes. We've also got a ton of incredible teachers who will be sharing their views and their practices. And the online experience is really powerful. You are watching and drinking of the Dharma with people across the globe. So we expect to have thousands of people joining us. And then there's sessions where you can get together and talk to each other. I think we call it tea and teachings. And there's all of the content available for you on our e-learning platform. There's just many, many ways to create a whole experience from your home, along with people across the globe. So join us online for Kyoto. And thanks for being here today. And that's all for me. Thanks, Laura, for emceeing
Okay.
and hosting. I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you all. I think that's it. We have just less than a minute left. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed this session and see you very, very soon, hopefully, in Kyoto or online. Bye-bye. Thank you all. Thank you, Sunam, Brian, Ale. Thank you so much, presenters.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you,
Bye.
Laura. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sarah.
Gracias, Laura. Bye bye. Adiós.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.